Hello YouTube, HPZeta here today, and as many of you probably have noticed, there's been a large number, or should I say an epidemic of Nintendo Switch unboxings in your YouTube feed. Everyone has a Switch, everyone's testing a Switch, everyone's reviewing a Switch, and most importantly, everyone has to unbox a Switch. I for one think that there's a better alternative out there, and today we're going to cover my top 6 alternatives to getting a Nintendo Switch. Bear in mind, we are going to work on the South African price, which is 5,200 Rand. And I know that it's probably a lot cheaper in America, so most of my base is just going to be the system. I'm not going to include games and things, unless we can justify it. So without further ado, here is my top list, starting with number 6. The Nintendo Wii U. Yes, you all knew this was coming. It is the most obvious choice. At the moment, the Wii has been available for several years already. It has a huge library of games. You don't have to wait for more games to release. So unlike the Switch, which only has 2 games out there, one of which you want to play, because 1-2 Switch I think is the biggest rip-off ever, Zelda is also going to be available on the Wii U. So there's absolutely no reason not to get a Wii U. Tons of games, you can even hack it to play more games. So at your disposal, there's going to be hundreds of games as soon as you buy the system, and don't let anyone tell you there's no good games for the Wii U. There's surprisingly quite a number of great games for the Wii U system. The only con with the Wii U is it's not portable. Number 5. How about a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One Slim? I mean, it's not out of the question, and I'm really surprised that the prices worked out this way in South Africa, but as you can see here, we on Take a Lot site, a PlayStation 4 Slimline 500GB version goes for 4,859 Rand. That's 400 Rand cheaper than the Nintendo Switch. Alternatively, you can actually get an Xbox One S for 200 Rand cheaper, and that includes a free game. This is also the 500GB version, but you get 2 controllers, not just one. The pros of this, of course, being that the graphics is far superior. You're also going to get a system that's out for a year, 2 years already. That means that it has a ton of games you can play, all for like less than what a Nintendo Switch costs, and there's only 2 games on a Nintendo Switch. There is quite a big con, as always. It's not portable. Number 4. An entry-level gaming computer. Yes, I actually never thought that this would cost that much. So I had to look at what the Wii U costs, and I had to look at what computer parts you can buy for the same price, and you'll actually be shocked at what you can purchase. So this is probably going to be the longest one in the list to go through, but I will try my best to show you. So we're going to go here to my second screen, and for a case you can get a Gigabyte M1 with a 320 watt power supply. Now I know a lot of you will scream at me for this power supply, but it's actually more than enough to power the rest of the system. Let's have a look what that looks like, shall we? Oh, let's close all of these. Now here we've got the case. It doesn't look that great, but let's face it, we're building a bargain system. 771 Rand, it's cheap as chips. We're going to stick in an ASRock motherboard. It's going to be a mini ATX, so you only basically get a PCI Express. It's currently out of stock, but it should be in stock again soon. A Samsung 128GB SSD on BidderBuy is currently going for $599. It's not a lot of storage, but remember this is starting out. You can get more storage later on. We're going to add 2 times cursor, 4GB DDR3 1600 MHz for a total of 920 Rand. That's your memory. And yeah, we've actually got the 2 things that's the heart of the system. Now a few years ago you wouldn't be able to do this, but the way NVIDIA has structured their cards, it actually makes this well worth your while to build. Okay, you can actually get a MSI GeForce GTX 1050 at 2GB. Okay, and that costs you about 2,082 Rand. So it's this card here. Now, I'm going to get a lot of PC gaming enthusiasts screaming at me, telling me that it's not a fast card. This is a fast card. If you read the reviews, you can actually play just about all of the games at 1080p on either medium or high, between 40 and 60 frames per second, meaning it's faster than the current PS4 Pro. In fact, the current PS4 Pro, the estimated graphics card on there is only a NVIDIA 750 Ti sort of level of graphics that you get out of there, and this outperforms it. The only negative thing on here is that you will have to settle for a dual-core CPU, but because you've got an SSD, it'll still be quick and fast and responsive to use. It'll be a joy to work on, I promise you. And all of this actually costs you 5,281 Rand, which is about the same price you will pay for a Nintendo Switch. If you're willing to spend 1,000 Rand more, you can add on a Core i3 quad core, which will then take you up to a quad core system, and you'll have a very nice entry-level gaming system. This is absolutely perfect for people that's not that's new to the computer gaming scene, that hasn't experienced it for themselves yet. And what are the advantages of going this route? Number one, you'll have access to Steam. Steam means that you can get hundreds of games for free, especially online multiplayer games, and that you'll get access to the Steam sales. Anyone that owns a PC will tell you it's the best thing ever, because literally the games are like $1 each, $2 each. You can get A+ games. Sure, they're a few years old, but next to nothing. There's thousands of games. It's also, PCs have the biggest game selection out of everything out there. You can run emulators on a PC. And it's upgradable. It's never obsolete. As long as you're willing to upgrade it, you can always have a fast system for gaming. If you build a system like this, because it's an entry-level machine, just bear in mind it's not going to last as long, but I'm sure it'll last you at least 2 years of gameplay. Sure, at the end of it, you can probably prolong it to another 3 to 4 years if you play at 720p or if you play at medium graphic settings. The cons for this is you won't have any money left over for any other hobbies, because your PC will take most of it. You'll constantly keep on upgrading, and it's not portable. Number 3. And that brings us to the new 3DS XL. Honestly, this one for me makes the most sense. It's quite cheap, and you can add one on Takealot for 3,000 Rand. Okay, you will have to buy an AC adapter. That's about 300 Rand or 200 Rand or whatever the case may be. But all in all, it's a saving of 2,000 Rand. The Nintendo 3DS XL has a huge library of games that you can play. It has dual screen. It has some of the most memorable titles ever. So there really isn't any need for a portable system to get a Nintendo Switch at the moment, because these are going for dirt cheap. And like many of the other systems I mentioned, give it 2 weeks from now, I promise you they're going to be clearing out the games for next to nothing. It does have one big con though: you can't connect it to a TV. Number 2. And that brings us to the penultimate system, and this one is going to be quite interesting, and I'll probably have stuff thrown at me in a little bit, but you can literally go to eBay and you can pick up a Nintendo N64 and an Everdrive, have it shipped to South Africa for the same price as a Switch. In fact, you will be saving about 2,000 Rand in the process. You can do the same with the NES as well, or a Sega Mega Drive if you really prefer that system. The advantages are pretty clear. You get a system that's very mature, you know exactly what games are available for it. You're getting a huge library of absolute classics. There are several cons, like I mentioned before. It's not portable unless you want to grab one of the portable systems, but in this case, I've got an alternative for you. You can pick up a Nintendo N64 plus a portable Game Boy Color, plus Everdrive Game Boy for 5,300 Rand from eBay, and have it shipped to South Africa, all in total. For the retro enthusiast, there's absolutely nothing better than this. And do you know what's the added advantage? It's never going to be discontinued because it's already been discontinued. The value will only go up as time progresses. As long as you keep the system in a good condition, it's a great investment. And once again, you are actually helping and creating a new hobby for yourself. This is something that you can carry on with and get into other retro systems. You can hunt down games. It's highly recommended. And number one is... And that brings us to our final one of this evening, and what I would say is the best idea to get instead of a Nintendo Switch. By far. No other system has as big a library as I mentioned before. No other system can be as much fun. No other system is as flexible. And none of them, can be as disposable as this. That means you can mod it, edit it, break it, do whatever you want and have no repercussions to it. It is the most flexible thing ever. It'll create a new hobby for you that you will enjoy forever. And it is one of my favorite passions of all time. And that is, quite simply put, getting a retro computer. Ask your friends, ask your family. 10 or 1, someone has a Pentium 4 sitting in their closet and you can get the system for free. It doesn't cost you a single cent. You will have access to thousands of games. You can sit for hours editing, tweaking, modifying without any fear or risk whatsoever, because if it breaks, it's something you got for free. You'll meet the best people ever. The community is absolutely fantastic. In fact, I'll have a link on the description at the bottom for one of the Facebook groups where you can join. This costs nothing from you. And I would recommend everyone to jump on board on this. No one else is doing it. Okay, well, people are doing it, but they're not as hectic as the consoles. So you're still getting cheap games, you're still getting bargains. And like I said, finding a system, someone has a system they want to throw away and you can have it free. Most likely it's a Pentium 4 or Pentium 3. You don't need anything else. Grab that, grab the parts you can, learn a new hobby. It'll teach you how to work on computers even. It is my honest recommendation. Now the big question is, you didn't pay a cent for this. So what are you going to do with your money, with the leftover 5,200 Rand? And I'm going to show you quickly. You're going to go to AliExpress. And you're going to buy a GPD XD. Once again, look at that price. That means that you're going to get this delivered to South Africa for about 2,000 Rand. It's running a quad core. It has the same resolution screen as the Switch. It has 2 analog sticks. Yes, they're not removable. But it has a huge library of Android games available for it. Just look at this thing. 2,000 Rand, meaning you'll still save 3,000 Rand. You know what, you can take that 3,000 Rand, you can buy a Voodoo 5 for your lovely retro machine, okay, and you can buy yourself a very good sound card, still have money left over. But yes, it has a huge library of games. It has video out, so you can play it on your big screen or you can play it on as a portable. It has a better battery life. The graphic processor on it, which is the Rockwell RK2 3288, I'll say is about the same as the Nvidia in terms of graphics fidelity. It's got a Mali T764 powering it, and it is just a joy to work on. It has more internal storage than the Switch as well, and it comes with a crap ton of emulators that you can do. So that is my number one recommendation, is to grab yourself a retro computer, and with some of the money you saved, grab yourself a GPD XD. Fantastic value for money, and you will develop and grow a new hobby and skills as you progress with your retro computer. Yes, I'm going to get lots of hate mail in the comments down below, but feel free guys. As always, HP Zeta signing off. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my videos, please give it a thumbs up. If you dislike my videos, feel free to to dislike it and tell me why you disliked it, and I'll try better next time, because this is all part of the learning experience. But just have a look at this beauty. Ooh, $2,000. This could be yours. It could be sitting in your pocket right now. Anyway, HPZ are signing off. Until next time, cheerio.